Episode 11, Urban World. So we've just finished a recording session for the newest album, Urban World. Today I'm with Dominic Mullan on drums, Carole Nelson on keys, and Dave Redmond on double bass. Really cool session, very different I find than like a lot of my other stuff, and purposely that way as well. What did you think about it, guys? Any thoughts? How do you feel now?
Fantastic. Had a really nice time. It's just been great.
Lovely.
Always a privilege to play music these days. You could spend 15 months sitting in your gaff not doing anything.
I liked like there was just something different about this, and I can't put my finger on it. Like it had a lovely summery vibe about it. There was definitely elements of Pharoah Sanders there and other things, but it was harder to define. Do you remember some of the tracks? Like
Chernobyl.
Oh, Chernobyl, straight to Chernobyl. Yeah,
that wasn't summery, but it wasn't exactly a sad story though.
No,
there was nothing harsh about it.
That was just the most.
Yeah, and like Carole said, Chernobyl's a beautiful place now.
Yeah, so before it was beautiful, I guess. Like so.
You're sticking to your story.
Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, if you remember, like the Chernobyl track isn't modern day Chernobyl. It's like, I don't know, when did
apocalyptic Chernobyl.
Yeah. So that was cool.
We did play the sunset.
Yeah, that was the second last track, and I don't know, like Harvest Time, like Pharoah Sanders is one of my favourite tracks ever. Like it's inspired me so much. Like just I love the whole vibe. I remember like one summer, I think it was last summer, I was really getting into my meditation at the time, and like for the whole summer, like I think I listened to that the whole time, and just looking at sunsets and just hearing that tune. I always wanted to get something that sounded like it, you know. So I guess this album has been inspired in ways by Harvest Time. I wanted to have a different thing about it as well. Like Carole is on keys for this, you know, so it really changes things up rather than the usual trio format that I have going on. So I thought that was really nice. It really complemented it, and it kind of made me, I think, a little more considerate about what else was going on. I find like when it's trio stuff, I can go mad, like, you know, and with this stuff I really have to be more aware to like pull back, just vibe, you know, instead of trying to say everything all at once like I usually do, you know. So any thoughts for you, Dave?
Yeah, I think, as you said, like with the keys being added in, it does make you kind of listen a lot more instead of just kind of going for stuff all the time. You have to be a lot more sensitive and reactive when the keys are there.
For
Especially
sure.
on the bass, yeah.
Yeah, for me, so it's actually really nice because it means, in a way, it means I don't have to be so creative because I'm kind of reacting a lot of the time to just what you're doing, you know. Whereas when we were playing like the trio set, you're
There is
kind of,
creativity in that though, Dave, isn't there?
I suppose.
Yeah,
But with the trio stuff, you're more like you're constantly trying to kind of lay stuff down.
for sure, you're pushing it like in a different
Yeah,
way.
you're sometimes you might even feel like you're forcing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're quite exposed, aren't you? Yeah.
For sure, like with this, like I felt like this is the difference between sprinting and like sitting down and just having a chat. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
you also set it up that way with the cues you gave us, and also the general, you know, making us play at night time.
yeah, that's
And-
it. That's a
and,
big one. Like,
you know.
just to elaborate on that, like a lot of the previous albums, they're all recorded kind of maybe from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock onwards. This one I wanted to have it more in the evening. I think we didn't start till like 8 o'clock or something. What other tracks was there? Was the Playground.
Child's Play, the play
Yeah, that
one.
was
Yeah.
cool.
That was really
Enjoyed that
cool.
one.
That was
That
like
was nice, yeah.
yeah, real sweet. The idea about that track was, I think that was like track 4. It was basically like kind of reflective of being a kid in a playground and just like in the end it was kind of like a real kind of crazy kid, you know. It wasn't a normal kind of kid.
But it is normal. I've never met a normal kid.
I guess so. He was just a bit like the crazy kid would have thought this was an extra crazy kid, you know. But he was harmless, so it was fun. It was real sweet. What else did we have? Oh, we had the mating dance as well.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I can't even like. God, that was so contrasting to the other tracks. It was very different in ways. You did some really cool stuff, like just vamping on that. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
You when we arrived in, you were talking about how we wouldn't play in time very often. But
Yeah.
actually, I think we played in time quite a bit.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, you know,
But it was nice.
yeah, for sure. Like you were saying, you and Dave are the timekeepers, and you're very like good with time. You know.
It's still quite open though.
It was open.
Yeah.
You know.
It was nice pockets of time on some tracks where it was, you know, time for a number of seconds and then a breakdown and then,
Yeah.
you know, implied time in the space.
There's
Yeah.
another title,
Something.
Pockets of Time.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That was cool.
There was like, it was a nice balance between, I guess, like there was elements of time and then floaty parts as well, because I didn't want it to be all like floaty until, you know,
Also from a listener point of view, if there's
yeah, they
it's
just
hard going if
fly
there's,
away
if
like
there's
a
no
balloon,
if there's
like.
no groove eventually.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and it was nice that you implied some stuff like that as well. Especially there was that was probably one of my favorite tracks, was the Lonely Blues Club.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Just so you know, I sang in it as well. I'm proud of myself. Don't know if it was in tune or not, but whatever. It was kind of inspired by like a Tom Waits kind of thing, like in a blues club, like, and he's just more or less talking, doing his Tom Waits thing, but it was like an abandoned building and we all broke into it in this scenario, and we just start trying to figure out what the blues was basically. And yeah, I enjoyed that track. That had a lot of really interesting.
I think that was my favourite. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
so, yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
If we covered all the tracks that we did,
The first track we didn't.
What was that called? Or what was it about?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Can't remember.
it
Yeah.
wasn't the pink painting.
Oh, it was the pink
Yeah,
painting.
it was
Yeah,
the pink
pink
painting.
elephants. I did a painting, and yeah, good call, good memory. Yeah, so I did a painting of like just a strange kind of pink painting. It looks kind of anime, but yeah, it was kind of, I don't know what we were trying to reflect there. Pink elephants floating around. Is there anything?
You said quite a few things.
Yeah, and then you went, but you can also look at the painting. I can't remember what you said before that,
It'll come to us
when
probably.
the camera's finished.
Yeah,
Probably on our way home. You know.
yeah. That's what the pink elephants are. Yeah. So overall, very happy with it. Definitely a different side to my playing. I think like I was trying to, like, I found at times I really wanted to just go, you know, go mad like I usually do, but I found like this was a nice lineup to kind of try and pull back. At times, like, I really did kind of flare off and like go in that world a bit, but it was a different kind of challenge, I find. Like, it was definitely tested, my patience was definitely tested more in the sense of holding back, and yeah, so quite an experience, and it was different than I thought it would be as well, in a good way. So yeah, thank you, lads. Thanks as
Thank
well.
you. Yeah.
Pleasure
Look
to be
forward to
here.
hearing it.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Genie Mac. So yeah,
That was actually a really enjoyable session.
cool, man.
Enjoyed it.
Delighted you enjoyed it, you know. So yeah, any other thoughts?
I think you got it, man.
Yeah.
No.
Thanks for having us.
Perfect. Thank you, lads. Awesome. So that was episode 11, Urban World.